Hi guys, this is Wenzes. Welcome back to my channel where we talk about personal development for INFJs. And in this video, I want to talk to you about abundance and scarcity. I use those things every day of my life as tools. Like, I cover this within the videos more in a practical sense, but I don't think I've ever spoken about how important these worldviews are and how that affected my life, how everything changed, and how me understanding that expressing myself is pretty much a way of abundance. You know, for us not being able or not wanting to share any of our energy, that comes from a scarcity mindset, and so that's why I wanted to get into it. So there are two ways to look at the world. You can look at the world as if the world has your back, that you can get everything you want, that, you know, things are happening for you, not against you, that you pretty much see the miracle in everything, or you don't see the miracle in anything, right? So of course there are different, you can have nuances of both, but we all want to get to a space where we feel the universe has our back, the world has our back, we can do whatever we want, and this is not some esoteric just let's voodoo thing that's going on. It's just the way you approach life. You directly have a different mindset, you share energy in a different kind of way, and you really do get results in a completely different manner. Like, I remember before I started my growth journey, I never shared with people my knowledge. I never shared with people my understanding of the world. I never shared with people like my taste. And I felt like, why would anybody care? Or that's just for me to know. That it was like a shield I was using to go through life. Looking back at it now, I know that one of the main reasons why I wasn't willing to share all of those things, it's because I felt I didn't have enough. I had to hold on to this, what I knew, what I had. And, you know, I always told you the moment I was pretty much pushed into the corner and I had to break out, for me, there was just one way out, and it is to share these things, to share my worldview, to share my energy. And that's how the channel started, but also like the way I approached other aspects of my life, the way I talk to my family, my friends, my coworkers. It's more about giving and making sure that I protect my boundaries, because that, you know, that plays a role in it. But the thing is, I started having faith that the more I put out there like positive things like this, and really like thinking about how can I better the people around me or the life around me, including me in it, that's when also great things started coming to me. And it's not so much that you do things for one or two people and then the exact same people are gonna give something great back to you, but it just comes back. It just does. You see like millions of people talking about this because it's true. Like, to this day, I have situations where I was telling my mom, yeah, I'm doing like interviews today. I'm really excited about it. And she's like, yeah, did you get like did you get it in writing that you're allowed to do that? Or like, we have a new form for data requirements and stuff like that. And you know, I have to make sure that all my pages are fine and are like in order. And it's like this thing of, yeah, that you make sure there are just people waiting there to hit you with a lawsuit, to just do bad things to you. And I sometimes get even mails where people say that, yeah, I trusted in the good of people, but there are like those abusers out there, and those you know, like, if you trust, you're gonna get hurt. And it's just not the way I prefer to look at the world. And once I really stopped looking at the world that way, things changed. Because yes, there may be abusers, and yes, there may be, you know, people who want to do, you know, like bad things, but that's just like a small percentage. I do believe most people are really good. They may not be able to do things greatly for people outside of them because they are not like there yet mentally, but I believe that people in general are good. And then we have a feeling of community, and then we have a feeling of helping each other. So once I started like really believing that and putting that into my life, things started to flowing completely different. And the more I kind of let go of that control of, I have to pull this stuff towards me, yeah, like things just changed. Like, especially this one thing, if you're not expressing yourself the way you see your world, you don't share your world with anybody. You know, consciously you can tell yourself, yeah, nobody's gonna care. It's just like, I don't even know what my world is, but subconsciously it is in many ways, or in many circumstances, because we think we have to hold on to what we know, how we see the world, because it gives us an advantage in a world where people are taking from us. And, you know, this mindset comes from, I don't know, like, you know, they're just like, a lot of people are negative. You have, you know, things we've experienced as children that we couldn't deal with correctly. So things like this happen, right? It's not something to be ashamed of or to wonder why did I get this scarcity mindset, scarcity, I don't know, mindset. It's there in a lot of cases, but we can completely work on it, and we can change that. And through that, more energy comes towards us. So that's the difference how I see scarcity and abundance, right? So abundance, it's pretty much you have everything that you want, that you ever needed, knowing that, like, when you're in alignment with who you truly are, then things just start flowing naturally. Like you know, like now that I stopped going to work and I do this all the time, I have so much less stress around me from the situation that actually wasn't serving my soul, that I realize how more and more, okay, I don't need to do those videos that are considered to be like the most successful ones. Like, you know, I read a lot of stuff. You should do shorter videos. Should do it more structured, like, you know, 5 steps to do this. And you should like do a lot of cuts in there because people get bored. And then I thought, like, I have to do like all those kind of programs. And it turned out it's exactly the opposite. It's when I let go of that control. It's when I started being completely myself and talking to you how I've been talking, how I share my energy the most freely, when things really turned around and started to flow. And it's not necessary to do something that I feel like I have to do. First off, you don't have to do anything. So don't listen to me when it comes to you have to do this. Don't listen to other people when you say you have to do this. When I say you have to do this, I'm talking about me. Like, that's what I had to do. And what I know is good for me. So I know for me, like, I don't believe in rules, but I know for me, it's a good thing to not pull stuff up. Like, I'm going to get into that in a minute, but, it was like me sharing my energy and sharing it with people, like, just, you know, just share it. Don't try to convince other people of your opinion. Don't try to, you know, make it so people like you. Just express that energy. And I always say, like, you can just start by posting pictures you like, by posting music you like, by, you know, going outside and wearing specific clothes that make you feel like you're a rainbow, but in the end, it's not something that, you know, people are used to. You can just go down the street and dance, right? I mean, like, just things that make your soul feel alive, and it just triggers something. You directly start doing this in this sphere, and then people will find you who connect with you on that level. So it's never that much that you say, oh, those people, they will never accept me if I act like this. Yes, they won't. Like, don't think that once you express yourself, the people that you're around right now will accept you, and you know, like, because, you know, deep down they won't, right? You know, one of the reasons why you're not allowing yourself to express yourself and to share your energy and to share, like, your abundance, because that's it, you know, in the end, we all have a form of abundance in us, you know, starting with small things. We have a roof over our head, we have enough to eat. There are a lot of people who don't have that privilege. We have family, we have friends. So there are many things we can get excited about, right? So that's abundance. And that's why gratitude practices are so good. I've also told you this, every time I go to bed, every single time when I pull the cover over my shoulder, like, one of the best moments of my day starts happening. That's when I really get into what were you most excited and grateful for this day. And it's not something in general like I have a roof over my head or I have something to eat, because it's sometimes just like, it's just something we say, but really something that I got really excited about. For example, oh, that ice cream was so good. Or I had a conversation with this one client, and that was just like, I saw that I got through to him. There were like so many things happening. He was so grateful. or you had like a great moment with a friend or whatever it is, but like make it very specific also about that day. And it can also be like, you know, my coffee was so great. But don't just like keep on saying things that you're not really feeling. Like get into that feeling and start. And in the beginning, it's rather difficult because, you know, you feel like, I don't know what I want. I don't know what makes me happy. We always want other people to make us happy. Mainly, we don't even know what makes us happy, right? So that's like the way of gratitude. So once we really start expressing those things more, it's not that those people that are in our surrounding right now will say, awesome, that's what I wanted all my life, and now you're being this great person and I'm gonna change. No, those people will reject you. They will feel a disconnect. You will feel, okay, so I am still in this reality right now that I created based on my scarcity mindset, because you decide what job you're gonna take, you decided what friends you chose, you decided how you went about like taking care of your body and your mind. So all of that is reflected in the reality you see nowadays. And there are great things you did there, right? I mean, we also have to make sure that we get excited about what we were able to create so far. But, you know, realize that once you switch that mindset more and more, you're gonna first off live in a reality that doesn't match how your mindset is. The reality comes as a second step. Like you will just automatically start talking to people you never talked to before. People will approach you who never approached you before. So like you will just alter your reality by all of those things. And then you just like those people fall away. You switch jobs, or you switch friendships, or you move, or you have, you see the same people, but you have a different connection, you know, with them because you connect with them from another level. I really believe that one of the main reasons we don't want to share our world is because of this scarcity mindset. And in the end, when you're in alignment with the purpose of your soul, like who you really are, how you feel, everything falls into place. Like I'm doing things now that maybe 3 or 4 years ago I thought were like completely uncool, that I thought would, you know, would mean that I like lost, that I just gave up. And now I know I felt this way because I never accepted that part of me that is like my true self. I like thought that's a bad thing, that's something nobody wants. And it's true from your like current reality. Let's say you're at this specific job, from this current reality, it isn't what people want. But it's for you to decide, okay, I'm living in an, you know, abundant world. I am saying like everything I see is a miracle, but I'm the one like doing it. I'm not just waiting there for things to happen. I just become more and more the person I want to be by being of abundance and giving. And giving also means sharing your energy. Like I remember watching Instagram posts by like those influencers who are like all day, every day, some selfie. And you can look at it as a way of, oh, those people are narcissists and they just want to like present themselves. But I don't believe that. Of course, there are people out there who have those tendencies of, I have to present myself that I'm something better than you, so I feel better about myself. You know, we should really use empathy for that. That's not like something those people really want. In the end, we all want to share love and like bring love. But you know, by them doing, let's say, those selfies and just being about looks and whatever it was, there is some energy that they're bringing. I mean, there might be, you know, if there's somebody who's just posting about, I made a bunch of money and I'm driving those cars and my life is nothing but bragging. Of course, there are mixed messages in there, and there's still something within that person which tells them you're not good enough without like putting yourself above other people. But there's still energy behind it, and you're still sharing that energy. And so a lot of people benefit from that. People are sharing their energy, and that's all it is. So the more you express your energy, the more automatically, on the one hand, you will gonna get away from people that are not giving you anything back. Because you want to express yourself more and more, because you like give out 1 and then you get 2, and then you give out 2 and you get back 3. And you want to keep doing this cycle automatically because it feels so good, by you helping people in what way like you can share your energy and your wisdom, or the way you want to show up in the world. And you know, like automatically other people will just go away, they will leave. Like you will, like I'm so surprised, like at my last job, like partners, I had partners at this company who didn't want to work with me because I just did my thing. And for me, that was the biggest gift they could give me, because then like I wasn't forced to work with people who didn't like me. It would have been much worse if I pretended to be what they wanted me to be, and then I had to keep on pretending to be something that, you know, like I just didn't want to do it. And once they go away, you have room to meet other people who really help you to get to the next step, right? So it's really a mind shift, and it starts on a daily habit and practice. And you know, don't, like I'll get into this in the next video about, you know, pulling stuff up, that you have to stop pulling stuff up, because that's a feeling of you have to control things. So it's just a being feeling, right? So like you follow your joy, you express yourself, and then in the next step, because in expressing yourself, you're just doing things for yourself, and then you start even expressing more things that other people can benefit from as well, right? And you find those people that you can really share something with. Sometimes in the beginning, it's just about sharing and making space. And then it's about sharing and making sure that other people benefit from it. So you help, you find a way to help. If people want to really change their lives, start helping out other people. If there are enough people you can help, then you know, you'll have everything you ever wanted. And this can even start at your job. Like whatever you do, you can become that person who is the go-to person, be the person that people come to when they want advice about the job, whatever it is. There's so many ways, but we have to be aware that it's a scarcity mindset that keeps us from expressing our true self, because we feel we don't have enough. That's why we keep that energy like build up and stuck here. And then once we like say, okay, I'm gonna let it go, and you're gonna let it go, and even if nothing comes back, you're just gonna keep on giving it, and you'll see it always comes back. It always comes back. There's not one thing that's never gotten back when you make sure that you help people in a way and really let go of the control and what people expect you to be. I hope that helps you. Please let me know in the comments what you think about abundance, scarcity, if I should go more into depth on this topic. As I said, I personally work a lot with these things. The next video is going to be about, like, you know, not pulling people up or situations up, but you know, being the rock that people can pull up on. But you know, that's another video I already recorded a while ago. But all of these topics are rather abstract but make a huge difference in my life, and so I really want to address them. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you never miss another step to your success. And I talk to you next time. Bye.